Hello, my name is Christy. Today's date is April 26, 2017, and my password is kitten. This is my audience. They're going to show yourselves. There are 3 of them. One on a phone.
Hi.
My 2 friends. And today's speech is going to be on why apartment buildings should have a community garden. Okay, if you guys could just close your eyes for one moment with me. Imagine you're here in our apartment buildings and we're outside. The Minnesota winter is finally over and summer is on the horizon. You can smell the fresh air, birds are singing, and everybody in our buildings are laughing. You can feel the soft grass beneath your feet, and maybe at this point you've started to kind of dig your hands in the dirt and you can kind of feel the soft earth beneath you. Now open your eyes. How would you feel about having a way to grow, connect, and be a part of something bigger than yourself? I think the answer to this is community gardens for apartment buildings. Now, many people think that community gardens or gardening in general is just for old people, but I beg to differ. Research shows that there are many therapeutic methods for gardening. People to plant interaction, the physiological, psychological, and sociological effects of plants and people is an outstanding amount of research that has been done. The urban forestry and urban greening, for example, has shown that stress rehabilitation through garden therapy, and the garden has become a place of recovery from stress. This study has shown that the therapeutic role of nature in the form of a garden has shown that the participants have experienced an incredibly quick recovery and a huge progress. The participants described this type of therapy as being very sensory and positive to them. It was very physiologically, psychologically, and physiologically well to their well-being. And it also showed that the nature in the garden helped facilitate beneficial sociological interactions with other participants and caregivers. Another awesome article would be the Health Promotion International, and they did a study in Toronto. It showed that gardeners in a community were perceived to have numerous health benefits. This included improved access to food, nutrition, and increased physical activity and improved mental health. Which goes to show that not only having a mental health stability in a community helps the person as an individual, but it also can start to make communities stronger as a whole. Moving on from there, we can see that the Journal of Community Practice has done a study on communities and their relationships with gardens. This study examines a community conservation program and the beliefs changed. Let me ask you again, how would you feel to grow, connect, and be a part of something bigger than yourself, like a community garden? Studies suggest that community gardens were perceived by gardeners to have multiple health benefits beyond that too. By beautifying distressed communities and promoting sustainable community development, it increased conservation practices. Imagine what an entire city could do if we all increased our conservation practices. And what else it could do for the building itself. Now, having a good space to live in is not only one thing, but having a management facility that's happy about having to do less maintaining of their property makes everyone as a whole happy. When our garden is present, there's less lawn care needed, which helps decrease the amount of pollutions in the air. Mowers and other machines that use a lot of fossil fuels and emit lots of pollutants, make a lot of noise. All of us hate at 7 a.m. when we're laying in bed on a Saturday morning and the maintenance people come on in with their lawnmowers and just start up their lawnmowers in the middle of the morning on your Saturday morning. How much nicer would it be if we could avoid that altogether and just know that downstairs in our garden at 7 a.m. on a Saturday, our produce that we planted last May is just growing and it doesn't make any noise and it's not emitting any CO2 emissions. I know, I think you should agree with that because I love my Saturday mornings. The typical lawn care is monoculture. The typical grass turf is not native where it is being grown, and it is not a sustainable source. And that is a problem being seen across the United States, specifically in states in the Southwest, where Arizona is, and Albuquerque, where limited water sources are already being stretched, and using them for lawn care and meeting these social norms is already having an environmental impact. May I say it again? What do you want to do to have a way to grow, connect, and be a part of something bigger than yourself? Many studies have been done across the world on gardening, as we can tell, and we all know that gardening has an impact on us at some point in our lives. I know for me, growing up on a farm, I had the opportunity to be a part of something bigger and to have a part in a garden and a community. And now living here, I want to invite us all to start something bigger and to welcome us into a better community and a better garden for all of us. I know that we all want to know who our neighbors are, and we all want to live a healthier lifestyle, and we all want to feel better about everything that we're doing to make an impact. So might I ask one last time, how would you feel about having a way to grow, connect, and be a part of something bigger than yourself? Thank you. Did I meet my